Hello, Club Presidents. Jennifer DeRine here, wanting to talk to you about recruiting and developing the future leaders of our clubs. First, I want to say Rich Kirkham and I, he's the current district governor-elect, we have really focused on continuity in our leadership team, and we have been thinking a lot about the future of the district, the future of Rotary, and we have been on the recruitment trail. So we have been in your communities proactively seeking out potential future leaders. And we're starting with number one, a basic passion for Rotary, and then number two, having a conversation about what are their skill sets, their gifts, what do they want to lean into, what do they enjoy, and then we're helping to find a place for them. And we're getting ready to come upon club elections, and I just wanted to encourage us all to kind of pause, take a second, and spend some proactive and intentional time on this, because it is so important to the preservation of our legacy and everything that we're doing in Rotary, that we are recruiting the right talent to come in and help us see the future and to get there. So I want to talk about this though from two perspectives, because we have two very different realities out there in our clubs. We have a club, a larger club probably, that has a lot of different people that we could tap into leadership. And then on the other hand, we have a club where sometimes they feel like they're begging people to step into that president's role. And those are two different realities, so I want to talk about those two things separately. So let's say you're Club A and you feel like you have a lot of opportunities. What I think what I'm asking you to do is to think about, what does the club need? You know best, you and your board know best the point where you're at your club. So are you at a place where you need to backfill in more organizational infrastructure, and maybe you need somebody that's a little bit more detail oriented and compliance? Or maybe you're at a place where you need to imagine something new, and you need people that are going to come in and be a little bit more visionary, an influencer, and not afraid to have some courageous conversations. So think about that from a board perspective. What does our club need? Where are we at right now? And who has the skills that is going to help us move through this period of time in our Rotary Club, or set the stage for a period of time? Because as we know, it's not a one-year endeavor. So thinking about what is that long-term goal and who is going to help move the needle forward. So just being proactive and intentional about recruiting that talent. And then the other scenario, if you have a club where you feel like, man, we are just begging people to say yes to this role, I want to stop and think about, what can we do to change that discussion, to change that culture, to change that feeling. I think there's a couple of things, and I know that it may sound like I'm simplifying it, but I think it starts with the honor of that position, and talking about it from a positive perspective, and just setting the tone for, this is an important role, that we're doing important work here, and we need people that are excited about our mission and that are optimistic about our future and that want to come in and help us develop that. And I think, if we can start with that tone, and then we can think about who in our club should we approach. I know sometimes we're reticent to approach somebody that's pretty new in Rotary, but I would start with that general attitude first. What is their outlook on Rotary? What is their outlook on the possibilities that are in front of us? And we can train them on the Rotary stuff later. So I guess just be thinking about how you can change that conversation, how you can help people get excited about the opportunity to develop themselves as leaders. Because as you're probably learning this year, that you have the opportunity to really practice a lot of different skills as a club president. So it's a great place for you to expand who you are and create lasting change in yourself as a club leader. So if you want to talk about this a little bit more one-on-one, about the very specific dynamics that are in your club, I want you to reach out and let's talk about it, because I understand that there are unique circumstances, but I feel very positive that we can recruit and develop great leaders that are going to help us continue to do the work that we are working on today. So we talked about the recruitment, so now let's talk about what now. Here they are, and we want to develop them. There's three different tools that I want to highlight. Number one, the Rotary Leadership Summit, including pets. That's in Burley in March. And many of you, of course, attended this last year. We changed the format to include all club leaders, and we are going to continue that. So I encourage you to preserve dollars aside to send your team. The second one is Rotary Leadership Institute. Some of you maybe have participated in that in the past, and we hit the pause button on it for a couple years, but we are bringing it back. We're changing it up, but it's a great way to come in and get that fundamental technical information so that you can come to the Rotary Leadership Summit, including pets, with that base already in place. And then third, don't forget rotary.org/learn. That is RI's website, where we have a learning library full of great tools to help us prepare and develop those future leaders. So again, I want to thank you. Thank you for being proactive and intentional about finding the right people that are going to help us continue to grow, cultivate, and move our clubs into the future of Rotary.